If you can't say one sentence about your favorite team in English, this episode changes that in 5 minutes.
And I promise, every word here you can use today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Session.
Hello, hello, hello. Daniel, should we tell them what happened last night?
Stop smiling like that. I know you watched a match until 2 in the morning.
Okay, it's true, and it's the perfect story for today's topic.
Good, because today we are talking about how to talk about your favorite World Cup team in English.
I love this topic. I always have an opinion about every team,
Every team? Even teams you don't know?
especially those teams. I just make something up.
That sounds dangerous, Emily.
It's part of the fun, Daniel.
Okay, let's start simple. If someone asks you, do you support a team? What can you say?
You can say, yes, I support Brazil, or yes, I'm cheering for Japan.
And what if you don't have one favorite team?
Then you can say, I don't have one team. I just enjoy watching good football.
That's a very honest answer.
I use it a lot.
Let's learn a useful word now. The word is squad.
Squad. What does it mean?
A squad is the full group of players a team can choose from.
So it's bigger than the 11 players on the field?
Exactly. A squad can have 20 or more players.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. The coach picked a young squad for this World Cup.
Nice. Can I try one?
Go ahead.
Their squad looks very strong this year.
Perfect sentence.
Next word, please.
The next word is underdog.
I like this word already.
An underdog is a team that people don't expect to win.
So a small team can be an underdog against a big team.
Exactly right.
Can you give an example?
Nobody expected them to win, but the underdog surprised everyone.
I always support the underdog. I love a good surprise.
Of course you do.
Wait, Daniel, before we continue, I have a question that might change how you watch your next match.
Oh no, what is it?
Have you ever supported a team and then they changed their whole style the next year?
Yes, that happened to me last year. I almost didn't recognize my own team.
See, that's why today's next word is so important.
Okay, now I really want to know. Tell me.
The word is momentum.
Momentum. I hear that word a lot during big tournaments.
Momentum means a team's energy and confidence after winning matches.
So if a team wins 3 matches in a row, they have momentum?
Exactly. People say, this team has real momentum right now.
Can momentum disappear?
Yes, if a team loses suddenly, people say they lost their momentum.
That makes sense.
Now let's talk about predictions. How can we make a simple prediction in English?
You can say, I think this team will do well, or I have a feeling they will surprise people.
What if you are not sure at all?
Then you can say, it's hard to say, but I hope they qualify.
Qualify. That's a great word.
Yes, to qualify means to officially earn a place in the next stage or tournament.
So if a team qualifies, they continue in the competition.
Exactly. They qualified after a very tense final match.
I love using that word with excitement in my voice.
Show me.
They qualified.
Perfect energy.
Let's also talk about rivalry. 2 teams can have a big rivalry.
Yes, a rivalry is a long competition between 2 teams who often play against each other with strong feelings.
Like a classic match that fans wait for every year?
Exactly. Their rivalry makes every match more exciting.
I get nervous just thinking about rivalry matches.
Me too, honestly.
One more word before we finish. The word is comeback.
I like comebacks. They're so emotional.
A comeback is when a team is losing, but then they win or tie the match.
Their comeback in the second half was amazing.
Exactly. Comebacks give fans so much hope.
Okay, Emily, let's review quickly. squad, underdog, momentum, qualify, rivalry, and comeback.
6 useful words for talking about your favorite team.
If you enjoyed learning with us today, please subscribe to English Session.
New episodes are always waiting for you here.
We will see you very soon for more easy English.
Keep practicing a little every day.
See you next time, everyone. If your match ever goes to penalties and you don't know what to say in English, stay with us. This episode fixes that.
And I promise I tested these phrases myself during a real match last night.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Session.
Hello, hello, hello. Daniel, why do you look so tired today?
Because I watched a match that went all the way to penalties.
Penalties. Okay, that explains everything. Let's use that story for today's lesson.
Today we are learning how to talk about matches while you are watching them.
This is so useful. I never know what to say during a match.
Really? You always say something.
Yes, but usually it's just screaming.
That's true.
Okay, let's start. What can I say before a match begins?
You can say, "This should be a great match," or "I'm a little nervous about this one."
I say that second one every single time.
I believe you.
What about a simple question to ask a friend?
You can ask, "Who do you think will win?" Or, "Do you think it will be close?"
Close. I like that word.
Yes, close means the two teams are very even in skill.
So a close match could go either way.
Exactly. I think it'll be a close match tonight.
Let's learn a new word now. The word is nail biter.
Nail biter. That's a fun one.
A nail biter is a match that is so exciting and tense that you feel very nervous.
So if the score stays close until the very end, it's a nail biter.
Exactly. That match was a real nail biter.
I think every World Cup has at least one nail biter.
Definitely. Let's talk about the score now. What can we say if a team scores?
You can shout, "What a goal!" or "Did you see that?"
I always say, "Did you see that?" even if nobody is near me.
Classic Emily.
Next word, please.
The word is equalizer.
Equalizer. What a strong word.
An equalizer is a goal that makes the score equal again.
So if the score is 1-0 and then it becomes 1-1,
Exactly. That second goal is the equalizer.
they scored a late equalizer and saved the match.
Perfect sentence, Emily.
Wait, Daniel, the next part might be the most useful thing you learn all week.
Now I'm nervous. What is it?
It's about what happens when a match doesn't finish on time.
Oh, you mean extra minutes?
Exactly. Let's learn the word stoppage time.
Stoppage time. I always hear this near the end of a match.
Stoppage time is extra minutes added at the end of each half.
So if there were many injuries, there could be more stoppage time?
Yes, the winning goal came in stoppage time.
That must feel incredible for the fans.
It really does. Let's also talk about extra time.
Is that different from stoppage time?
Yes, extra time is a longer period added when the match ends in a tie in a knockout match.
So extra time means even more football.
Exactly. If the score is still tied, they play extra time.
My heart can't handle that much football.
Mine either, honestly.
Let's talk about reactions after a match. What can we say if our team wins?
You can say they deserved that win or what a performance.
And if our team loses?
You can say it's disappointing, but they tried their best.
That sounds fair and kind.
Football should be a little kind sometimes.
True. Let's learn one more useful word. The word is draw.
A draw. That happens a lot in football.
A draw is when both teams finish the match with the same score.
You can say the match ended in a 1-1 draw.
Exactly. Some fans love draws and some fans hate them.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Same here. Let's review the new words from today.
Nail biter, equalizer, stoppage time, extra time, and draw.
5 great words for talking about exciting matches.
If you are enjoying these lessons, please subscribe to English Session.
We post new episodes so you can keep learning easy English.
Tell a friend who loves football too.
Practicing with real topics makes English much easier.
I agree completely.
Before we finish, try making one sentence with today's new words.
I'll go first. The match was a nail-biter until the equalizer in stoppage time.
Excellent sentence, Emily.
Thank you, Daniel.
Great job learning with us today.
We will see you very soon for more English fun.
Take care, everyone, and keep practicing. By the end of this episode, you might have a brand new favorite player, and you'll know exactly how to talk about them in English.
And I already have someone new in mind, so let's see if Daniel agrees.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Session.
Hello, hello, hello. Daniel, who is your favorite player right now, honestly?
That changes every week for me, too.
Challenge accepted. Let's find out together.
Today, we are learning how to talk about your favorite players in English.
I love this topic because players have such different styles.
True. Some are fast, some are calm, some are just dramatic.
That last one is my favorite type, honestly.
Of course it is.
Let's start simple. How can I say who my favorite player is?
You can say, my favorite player is, and then explain why.
My favorite player is fast and always creates chances.
Good example. Let's learn some new words now.
I'm ready.
The first word is playmaker.
Playmaker. I think I know this one.
A playmaker is a player who creates chances for other players to score.
So, a playmaker is like the brain of the team.
That's a great way to say it.
Their playmaker controls the whole match.
Perfect sentence. Next word is composed.
Composed. What does that mean for a player?
It means a player stays calm even under pressure.
So, a composed player doesn't panic during a penalty.
Exactly. He stayed composed and scored the winning penalty.
I admire composed players so much.
Me too. Let's talk about clutch now.
I hear that word a lot in sports.
A clutch player performs very well in important, difficult moments.
So, a clutch player scores when the team really needs it.
Exactly right. She is a clutch player in big matches.
I want to be clutch in my English speaking too.
That's a good goal.
Let's continue. What's the next word?
The next word is veteran.
Veteran. Is that about age?
Sort of. A veteran is a player with a lot of experience.
Wait, Daniel, this next idea might change how you watch the next match completely.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
What if I told you that one simple word describes a player's whole career?
That sounds like a big word.
It is. The word is legacy.
Legacy. I love that word.
A legacy is what someone is remembered for after their career.
So if a player wins many tournaments, they leave a great legacy.
Exactly. His legacy will be remembered for many years.
That gives me chills, honestly.
Me too. Let's also learn the word rookie.
Rookie. I think I know this one too. A rookie is a player who is new to a team or competition.
So, a rookie is the opposite of a veteran.
Exactly right. The young rookie surprised everyone in his first match.
I love rookie stories. They feel like movies.
They really do. Next word is captain.
Captain. Every team has one.
A captain is the player who leads the team on the field.
Their captain talked to the referee calmly.
Great sentence. Captains often stay very calm.
True leadership, I suppose.
Let's review our player vocabulary now.
Playmaker, composed, clutch, veteran, legacy, captain, and rookie.
7 great words for talking about players.
Let's also quickly review words from our other episodes.
We learned squad, underdog, momentum, qualify, rivalry, and comeback.
And from match day, we learned nail-biter, equalizer, stoppage time, extra time, and draw.
That's a lot of new English in just 3 episodes.
You should feel very proud right now.
I do. I can finally talk about football with confidence.
That's exactly our goal here at English Session.
Talking simply, clearly, and with real examples.
If today's episode helped you improve your English, don't stop here.
Like this video and subscribe to English Session for more easy and practical English lessons.
Tell us in the comments what new word you learned today.
Maybe it was momentum or maybe it was clutch.
Practice a little English every day and you will see amazing progress.
Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference.
Thank you so much for learning with English Session.
We really enjoy spending this time with you.
Keep watching football, keep practicing English.
And we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.